This is the 2026 Annual Meeting Board Report. The report is read by Lauren Cedars, a Calista intern with ties to Bethel and Kasigluk.
On June 5th in Bethel, Alaska, Calista Corporation Board Chair Willie Kasayulie presented the following board message at the 52nd Annual Meeting of Shareholders. In August 2025, volunteers from Calista and our subsidiary, Calista Holding, traveled to Trefornik, Kasigluk, Mukhtarvik, Nightmute, and Kipnuk. The Calista Cares Backpack campaign donates a backpack to every child, plus supplies to each school. Pictured here is the visit to Kipnuk. The joy that day is the opposite of what happened just 2 months later with Halong. Before Halong slammed into Alaska, Calista staff were participating in calls with the State Emergency Operations Center. 2 days before the storm hit, when forecasters thought the storm would go north, Calista provided a storm damage form to tribes. We learned after Typhoon Merbok that documentation was key for the state and federal support. When the storm surprised everyone and turned into the YK region, Calista had calls with tribal reps, families, and friends. We heard of the terror before the videos were posted online. Calista was among the first partners for the Alaska Community Foundation Storm Relief Fund. Calista also took lessons from Merbok and asked state and federal agencies to prepare for filing extensions, start work to allow special hunts, and offered language support from actual Yukchun speakers. Calista staff created a form to track storm-related issues. It was so successful that state and federal agencies used our data to help find and respond to storm issues. Several Calista staff were from or had family in the villages hit by the storms. This was very personal. Management authorized any volunteer time to be paid. They helped set up rooms, sort donated supplies, served food, provided translation assistance, and more. The first day evacuees were in Anchorage. Board members and staff visited shelters, even if it was just listening. Our subsidiaries like STG Inc., pictured here, asked local leaders who should be hired. STG hired about 20 residents, and Bryce Inc. hired another 8 residents. We mentioned earlier that Calista was one of the first partners for the new Western Storm Relief Fund. Calista did not stop there. We matched employee donations to the Storm Relief Fund. Calista asked our partners to donate as well. To provide some comparison, the Merbok Storm Fund reached about $2 million. The Halong Fund reached about $8 million. After Halong hit, Calista gathered donations from throughout Alabama and shipped them to Alaska. In all, over 10,000 pounds of goods were donated. Calista staff participated in local events for evacuees. We partnered on Anchorage feeds, donation events, and more. Calista's Shareholder Services staff set up a portable printer at the shelters to print letters confirming evacuees were shareholders. This helped evacuees get new state or federal IDs. Calista even provided printers to agency staff so they could print documents as well. Kipnuk and Kasigluk leaders needed a place to work, so Calista donated office space and equipment, including laptops, printers, and video conference equipment. Our shareholder workforce development staff also assisted shareholders with creating resumes to help find jobs and provided training assistance. With various state and federal relief programs, Calista quickly launched a storm relief page to help evacuees find important information. As deadlines approached or were extended, Calista communications staff worked to update the page as quickly as possible. Calista management has also been very active in supporting Kipnuk and Kasigluk tribes at the political level. Calista joined village leadership in D.C. to speak directly with elected officials like Senator Murkowski and Sullivan. Calista helped arrange key meetings to discuss relocation, funding, and support. Jalista's land department provided mapping support to help find options for relocation. We joined other organizations for agencies to provide mental health resources for evacuees. Jalista management has also been very active in advocating for funding, special hunts, activity programs, and more. Jalista also worked with Kipnuk and Kasigluk leadership to fly to Juneau to meet with state agencies and officials to discuss needs. Jalista also provided regular updates to federal officials and Washington, D.C. senators and our representative. When Senator Murkowski, chair of the Senate Committee of Indian Affairs, announced special field hearings in Anchorage and Bethel, we quickly thanked her for her attention. Jalista quickly issued a statement in support of the field hearing. One of the key items we noted for the official record was that natural disaster recovery in the lower 48 is supported by multiple highways and multiple airports. Jalista noted here in the YK region where we live, there is only one regional hub airport. There are no roads, and barging requires days of ice-free travel. Senator Murkowski invited Jalista to speak at the Bethel Field hearing about a month ago. The picture from KYUK's story shows Senator Murkowski on the right and Jalista President CEO Andrew Guy on the left. Jalista appreciates everyone who spoke at the field hearing. This official testimony is very important for the long-term recovery from the storms. Jalista's official statement was provided in writing. Jalista President CEO Andrew Guy also provided the information in his verbal report at the Bethel Field hearing. While Jalista noted many key issues related to storm recovery, we did specifically address the option preferred by Kipnuk and Kasigluk leaders to relocate. Jalista said that to best support our region, funds should be used for relocation. Jalista noted that it is not efficient and not humane to repeatedly spend federal dollars rebuilding in locations that are becoming uninhabitable. The next few months and years will not be easy. Jalista will continue to be guided by what the communities want. Jalista will support them in both Juneau and Washington, D.C. If requested, we will accompany the tribes or connect them with proper agencies and officials for support. And Jalista will continue to provide support to our people, from donations to employment assistance. Guyana for your time.